urgently intervene in the political crisis going on in the state before democracy is derailed. The lawmaker, who represents Jos South and East Federal constituency, explained that though he is of the People's Democratic Party,
it's quite unfortunate that some days back, a kangaroo coup was carried out in the State House of Assembly in Plateau State, that 6 members of the House of Assembly carried out a coup, actually impeaching the Speaker.
He also berated the state's governor, Simon Lalong, for supporting the legal removal of the Speaker, said the governor's position undermines the tenets of democracy and peace in Plateau State. Health stories now. Oyo State government and the Medical Women Association of Nigeria have expressed concern among relevant stakeholders. The wife of the Oyo State Deputy Governor, Professor Amdelat Olaniyo, and the head of service, Ololade Agbola, while speaking during a campaign against breast cancer, declared that despite a series of campaigns against the disease, cases of breast cancer seems to be on the rise. Correspondent Kunlojo reports that Professor Olaniyo and Agbola called for more collaboration between the government and relevant stakeholders in order to bring down the figures of women living with the disease in Oyo State and Nigeria at large.
We don't even think of it as a disease. We always think of it as a death penalty, that person is likely to die. Okay, and we know the percentage of people, the women that are infected with breast cancer in Nigeria. Over 20% women are infected, and that is a big problem.
The head of service is saying, as women, we need to take good care of ourselves. When you notice something, say something. Talk to somebody. Go to the nearest hospital near you. Explain what is happening to your breast. And that is why we've been told severally that we need to check our breast every morning.
Elitism from such primary concerns of our people. As far as I'm concerned, the good people of Ogun State, and by extension, my federal constituency, cannot wait to see these projects completed.
Speaking at the foundation laying ceremony, the chief medical director of the hospital, Professor Adewale Musa Lomo, assured Honorable Adekoya of completing the project within 2 years. Professor Lomo maintained that as part of management's desire to operate the center at optimal level, when completed, the hospital has begun staff training on how to operate the medical machines and accessories after completion of the multi-million naira project.
We are recruiting quite a lot of surgeons, a lot of nurses, cardiac nurses, and other health workers that they are going to work together. If not for COVID, in fact, we are at the point of going to India to train a lot of medical health workers in that specialty, like perfusionists, intensivists, and a lot of other people.
And employees of Abuja Film Village International on Monday staged protests along Central Business District over 16 months on payment of their pending allowances. Speaking on behalf of the protesters, Prince Okashe said they have been subjected to untold hardships for the past months over their meager salaries despite the budgetary allocation from the National Assembly.
The Film Village was created to be the entertainment arm of the FCT administration, to produce movies and to enhance entertainment in the FCT. That was one of our core objectives. And since its creation, there have been a series of bureaucracies here and there as regards providing us with enabling equipment and facilities to produce and getting investors who will key into the Film Village dream.
One of the protesters, James Guantana, while expressing grievances over what he described as unfair treatment, gave an account of his experience and appealed to the FCT minister to quickly come to their aid. The tourism manager of the...
To me For the past 16 months, we have not been paid. Problem. I'm working with them. I have this kind of problem, and
refuse to listen to this demand because the times are hard. People are suffering. Our children have been sent out of school. There are quite a number of people here that have been evicted, from their houses by their landlords. To cater for family, marriages have been dissolved. All we are asking is for the salaries of the staff of Abuja Film Village to be paid, and there should be a mechanism to ensure continuous payment of salaries.
You're watching the news on Galaxy TV. At least 19 people have been killed and 43 wounded as 2 explosions and gunfire hit Afghanistan's.
And now to our international news. At least 19 people were killed and 43 wounded when 2 explosions followed by gunfire hit Afghanistan's biggest military hospital in the capital Kabul, Interior Ministry sources told newsmen on Tuesday. The gunshots were also heard near a military hospital in the Afghan capital, according to witnesses and a government spokesman. Bilal Karimi, deputy spokesman of the Islamic Emirates, told reporters that at least 2 blasts took place at the entrance of the 400-bed hospital in Kabul's 10th district. Witnesses told newsmen it was a car bomb. Quote, security forces are deployed in the area. There is no information about casualties, he said on Twitter. A Taliban official later said a suicide bomber and gunmen were behind an attack. Earlier, Interior Ministry spokesman Saeed Kushti said there were casualties in the blast but did not confirm the death toll. Photographs shared by residents showed Wazir Akbar Khan area in central Kabul.